Hello YouTube! Neil with No Plot Blog here, bringing you another episode of Evolestria. And in today's episode, we're going to get decorating that big reactor room there. Going to get some decoration done down here in the nether portal room, and hopefully, if time allows, we're going to get started building that nuclear reactor. Okay, and one thing I didn't consider when I was laying all this out, um, I actually need to plan on the big reactor being one deeper than I have originally planned. And I'll just start with this back wall here. Can I cannot reach that. Okay. Come from the top then. I'll have to take that out with, yeah. Let's just dig this corner out so I can show kind of what I've got planned here. So the reason we have to dig this out one more, and in both directions, there we go, is because I'm going to want some depth to the walls. So what I'm thinking is we lay our laboratory dotted panels out like that, kind of to create a pillared effect. And then we should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should divide that evenly? Yeah. And we'll have these on here periodically, kind of dividing the room up a little bit into sections just to kind of give a feeling of structure there. And for right now, I'm going to toss torches on these guys, but I'm actually going to be using glowstone, chiseled glowstone, to create lighting in the walls themselves. So there we go. And waste no iron. Okay. And just throw a torch back there so mobs don't spawn. So then in between that, what I'm thinking is taking these enameled laboratory blocks, and it looks really plain the way it is now, but I think we can accent it up a bit. Ooh. Okay. Not high enough. There we go. So then what we end up with, and of course without smooth lighting that looks terrible, but well, let's go ahead and kill my frame rate. Whoops, for a moment here. There we go. So how it would look with smooth lighting, and my frame rate goes out the bottom when I turn that on because I'm doing this on a laptop. But that's what our basic non-accented walls will look like there. And I should actually have enough to do both sections here, I think. Nah, not quite enough. But I've got more cooking up there. And then on here as well, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I still didn't bring that out enough. Because that only leaves me too deep on the entrance there once I inset the wall. That also means I'm not leaving enough room. Because if my reactor's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, I need to widen the room out one more. Okay, but I mean, this gives us an idea what we're looking at for this room. So I'm going to pause the video here, push that wall back, kind of dig things out a bit, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so still got a lot of materials left to go here, but I thought I'd go ahead and get started building this casing. Iron is actually my biggest stumbling block at the moment. I've been doing some mining while we were paused there. Um, so this is going to be the big reactor room. It looks really plain right now. I haven't really detailed out the walls any. Plan on putting some kind of a framework around the bottom there, but I'm not really sure what yet. And of course the ceiling and the floor need some work, and I'll probably, those two blocks in the middle of the glowstone, I'll probably do something with as well. But wanted to go ahead and there. Wanted to go ahead and get the big reactor going. So we know we want a 9 by 9. So it has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in each direction from the center there. And I probably don't even have enough reactor blocks, honestly, to even do the floor. You know what? I need that coal. Because I kind of want to do some, I forget what they're called. One of the chisel blocks that actually requires coal, blocks of coal to make it. And I want to use some of that down here, I'm pretty sure. So there we go. We got the coal out of there. And cross that in there. And as big reactors go, this is not huge. I have seen some just enormous big reactors, but this will be enough to get us going. And I do have this room set up to where we can expand out. So it's small for right now, but it should meet our power needs to get some ore duplication going. Get started with mechanism and see if we can't get up to 5 times ore duplication here. But I'm definitely... iron is the big thing right now. I am mining, but I'm only doubling my ore, so... Doop, 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 and doop. Let's see how far this gets us, right? If I can just get the whole floor done, I'd be impressed with it. And I have some more ore pulverizing right now, but of course that's going to take a few. More coal. Can never have too much coal. There we go. And stick a torch down there so things aren't spawning underneath my reactor. Actually, it looks like I do have enough to get the base of it laid out. Huh? So I do. And then we know we want the reactor to be 4 tall, which will leave us room to walk around on top of it. And vertically, I'm not leaving a lot of room for expansion there. It just is what it is. We can always expand out horizontally, but honestly, I don't see us needing enough power generation to exceed a 4 tall reactor. And that's it for my reactor blocks. But this is the basic of what we're getting going here. And then the idea is we'll have reactor rods in kind of a, wait a tick. Yeah. Yeah. So this will give us room for 9 reactor rods, which will get that'll get a good bit of power generation going. And if we get to a point where we've expanded out as far as we can go and we're still not generating enough power, and we can always add a turbine to the thing and use the heat from the reactor to generate even more power. And there's various little things you can do with big reactors. Really? I killed a skeleton. I have a watering can. Why am I just now getting that? Well, I don't know. But anyway, just kind of wanted to show you where we're going on that, and I'm going to go... Got 28 pulverized iron in there. That'll make a little bit more, but that's my lot, and I've got no iron in my chest right now. My chest that I actually do need to make bigger. Anyway, I'm going to go mine up some more iron and kind of see if we can get enough together so we can finish that big reactor today. Okay, so we're not going to have all 9 rods going at first because it turns out I don't have nearly enough resources to get all that going. But we do have 2, 3, 4, everything else we need. So I'm going to break that and break that so that we can put in a power tap and let that fly up into my inventory. An access port. Not enough controllers. Oh, I need a reactor controller. Okay, let's go make one real quick. I got everything I need for that. I forgot about reactor controller. Next thing we really need to handle is organization. I'm getting really disorganized really fast here. Oh, I don't have enough reactor. Okay. Got enough to make one more. And controller, and we'll put that in between the access port and the power tap. Okay, and torch is not valid for... Oh, I left torches in there. My bad. My bad. Let's get the torches out of there so that it's actually a valid machine. And then we should be able to right-click it. Fuel rod must be part of... Oh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Remove that fuel rod because it can't do anything right now. There it is. We have a big reactor. Now, we just need to feed it yellorium. And we feed that in through the access port here. And any time now. There we go. Whoa. Core heat came up fast. A lot faster than I intended it to. And it's producing a lot more power than I really need it to. But that's why we have the ladders coming up here. Because we can come to this, and I want to drop that down to 90%. And that should... Okay, I got to do it for each of them. As a matter of fact, we'll drop those off completely and just have that one running at 10%. And then we fire that up. The core temperature does not rise way too fast. And we're producing... Still going up. Still going up. Producing a lot more power than our coal is. Slowing down there. So looks like right at 107 RF per tick. And all I have to do to bring that up is lower these control rods, and we'll have more power coming out. So the next thing we're going to need to do is, we've got this power tap here. We need to start pulling power out of this machine. I mean, it's got a large buffer on it that'll take a while to fill up, so we've got some time. But we want to get power coming out of this, and I'm thinking I didn't think that through. We're going to want it to come to an energy cell, but I haven't really thought about where that energy cell is going to be. Guess it kind of depends on how we're going to be running mechanism stuff, how we're going to be getting in and out of there, because the ladder obviously is not going to work. Probably, I have open blocks, so I'll probably put an elevator in. But let me go ahead and, let me go ahead and pause the video here for a moment. I'll get the stuff together we need for our energy cell, figure out where that's going to go, and probably go ahead and excavate the area out for our mechanism machines. So I'll be back here in just a sec. Alright, we're back, and I think I've just about got this figured out. So my thoughts in the process are, I'm going to run this through the ceiling. Not enough redstone. I should have plenty of redstone in these chests. And then I'll cover it up. I'm actually thinking, as this is all going to be all super futuristic and stuff, why not, that should be enough, basically set up like an elevator that, through open blocks, that takes me through the various levels and all the way down to my mine. So we're going to pull these regular flux ducts out, because they only transfer 200 RF per tick, and we're going to burn that up fast. So I made these hardened flux ducts, which aren't a whole lot better. They pull 800 per tick, but that should suit our needs for now, and hopefully, knock on wood, will suit our needs until I can actually go beat the Ender Dragon. Because ideally, I would like to use conduits to power everything, but that involves ender pearls. So, we're just going to come up here. And all this will obviously be hidden behind these walls. I'm actually, as I'm looking at this more and more, I don't like that wall pattern. I thought it was okay at first, and now I'm just kind of bleh about it. But we're going to run these guys along here, and then take that block out there. And that should start powering fairly quickly. There we go. That's reasonably fast charge for our energy cell. That'll fill up at a decent rate. And let's kind of check the control panel here. It's putting a little bit of drain on the buffer, but not enough to where I feel the need to tweak our Eulorium rods. So, going with this plan, where's my cobble? The cobble's temporary, but it's a good way to set up. Going with this plan, this over here would be our processing room. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually, because I didn't leave myself enough room for decoration on that side, and that's going to bite me sooner than later. And then 1, 2, 3. And we'll 1, 2, 3, just to clear out this space. Giving us a 9x9, which should be more than enough for a processing room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's make sure nasties are not going to spawn in here. And of course my inventory is already filling up. 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'll raise the ceiling a bit and all that good stuff. So for right now, just torch that up. Let's bring the ceiling up 1, 2. I can raise it more if I need to, so we'll just start with 2. And isn't this hammer a beautiful thing? Can you imagine how long it would take to clear this room out with a pickaxe? Oh, API. I'm not even planning on doing a multi-farm. Oh well. Let's get rid of some of this cobble so we can clean that room out. And actually I need to start thinking of stuff to do with that cobblestone. I'm kind of filling up that Java barrel. Is it 64 stacks or 128 stacks? I forget what its full capacity is. Wow. Very full inventory. Let me actually dump some ore into our pulverizer while I'm at it too. Osmium, some copper, some iron. There we go. That should leave me enough room to pick up the rest of this stuff. So for the next step, I think I need to actually, for convenience, I think my next step is to actually figure out what I need to make that elevator. I know it's open blocks, and hopefully I've got the stuff I need for it. So let's just in case. Elevator. Ender pearl. Of course, an ender pearl. Ender pearl and wool. Why wouldn't it be an ender pearl, though? I mean, yeah. So that's not what we're going to be doing right now. That is the eventual plan, but not what we're going to be doing right now. Right now, we'll stick to ladders. So I guess the next step then is clean out inventory. And we need to do something pretty soon here about how my inventory is sorted, because right now this is just impossible to keep track of. We can put the coal in there and the granite and dirt and all that good stuff. I'll go ahead and dump the glass in there for now. So the first thing we're going to need, well actually the first thing we need to do is route power into this room. So from there to there, and I'm actually going to need to get in there and do that. Ah, perfect. And actually, we should probably actually put a leadstone cell right here that feeds down into the room and just make life easier as a whole. So let's make one of those real quick. I just made one, but I already forget how I did it. I know it did involve electrum and other stuff. Copper. This one. Block of redstone, some glass, some lead. I just put my glass away. And I got enough redstone there for a redstone block. And I know that that reception coil is made with electrum. I remember that. But I should still have like 8 ingots of that sitting around. 15 ingots of that sitting around. You notice I turned off the graphite production. I've got enough now. Even after making improvements to that reactor, I've got plenty of graphite now. Iron is actually my big stumbling block at the moment. So then we make this frame. And go ahead and... Whoop. Oh, copper. Gonna need copper. 3 ingots. Oops. There we go. We'll put another leadstone cell in the ceiling there. And that way we go ahead and have a buffer charge here. And I'm probably going to need more of this hardened flux duct to wire everything up. But that'll at least get it to the energy cell in this room. That's not getting any energy. Should be. Oh, I gotta configure this. Okay. Let's, give myself a platform so I can interact with that there. And whoops. There we go. We need to configure the output on it, and the output is orange, I think. It's not that side. Not that side. I actually might have this put down wrong. Crud. Let's figure out, okay. Dang it, that is the front of it. I need a crescent wrench. Probably something I should have done earlier, honestly, but what are we going to need for that? My spelling skills are not too great this morning. Crescent hammer, not even a crescent wrench. Just iron and tin, nothing complicated. That's silver. That's aluminum. That is tin. I actually don't have much tin. Well, that's not going to fly. I'm going to have to go mining here soon. Don't need that out. Okay, so let's turn this guy around. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. Well, let's see if that's the back now. As a matter of fact, let's turn all these yellow. So it's not turned. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now I can set that to orange. No. Set that to blue. No. Oh no, it's outputting now. Okay, those have power. So if I come over and look at this guy, okay. Now I come over and look at this guy, he's charging up. Great. But I think that just about does it for what time we have in this video. So we got the reactor set up. We have it wired up, ready to start building our ore processing room. In our next episode, we'll go ahead and start getting mechanism going so that we can work our way towards, we won't get there fast, but we can start working our way towards 5 times ore production. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. Leave a comment in the comments section. Let us know what you enjoyed about the video, anything you think we could do differently, or just say hi. In the description below, I do have a link to the Feed the Beast website where this mod pack can be found. Also have the Packcode, which is Designtech. We also have links in the description below to our Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, so be sure to check those out. And hopefully you guys had fun watching this video, and as always, keep gaming.